I've had the iPad Mini 6 for over a week now, and I just wanted to go ahead and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're gonna start off with the good because my mama told me, can't say anything good, don't say anything at all. Luckily, there is a lot of good things to say about this iPad. First on the list is its size. I love the actual size of this device. I mean, it's so easy to hold one-handed. It's so great for portability. It's just the perfect size for a take with you iPad. Reading. So you got something that's so easy, so lightweight to hold. Of course, reading is gonna be one of the main things you probably wanna do on this, whether it's books or websites or just whatever. It works great for reading. I sit at my chair all the time and read, and this thing is hands down the best iPad to read with. Drawing. My kids have loved drawing on this iPad. I feel like it's probably better for them than it would be for me, but I've drawn a couple little things here and there, just kind of little sketches. I am not an artist at all. The A15, and I mean, it just blows through. Procreate and all those apps work amazingly well. Another great thing that this is for is gaming, especially, you know, it's so easy to take with you. It's bigger than any iPhone, but it's still very portable, so any kind of games that you may want to play on here, it's going to work insanely well. Once again, that A15 chip is an absolute powerhouse, but also just any kind of consumption things. If you're going through YouTube or just browsing the web, watching a Disney Plus video, I mean, sideways, it's got a good size screen, and you can just watch or listen or whatever you want to do on this thing. One of the things that I've done with it more than anything else is use it as a secondary display when I'm on the go with my laptop. I have this little device that I mount to it. It's called a Mountie. It's by 10-1 Design. I'll put a link down below where you can get it if you're interested, but you just pop it to the side of my laptop, plug it in with a cable. I use an app called Duet Display. I'll put a link down below for it as well, because sadly, Sidecar does not work if you want to go portrait mode. It only works in landscape, and for this iPad, landscape is too small, and portrait, oh, it is the perfect combination for getting your work done on the go, because you got those two displays, which is just great to have. Note taking, and this one kind of bridges the gap between the good and the bad. Note taking works really well on the iPad. It does support the 2nd generation pencil and pops right on the side there, which I absolutely love. But at the same time, it's really hard to write notes in portrait mode. I mean, unless you're somebody that writes super small, which I am not, you're not gonna fit much side to side on this thing. I do take notes still, at least weekly, so I've come to realize that if you're gonna take notes, it's better to do it in landscape mode. So I just hold it like this and just take my notes as I go. It gives you almost the same size as like an 11-inch iPad, the width of it. That works out really well. It's still just a little awkward, so that's why I'm saying it kind of bridges the gap between the good and the bad, because it's so small that notes, for me, like I said, are a little harder to do on this, and this was one of the things that I was really looking forward to this device on. And honestly, that's the only bad thing I have. We do still have that ugly category, and I think most of you have probably heard of this jelly scrolling and probably thought I would put that in this ugly category, and I guess I technically did since I'm talking about it right now. I have honestly not really noticed it. It's not something that pops up that I really pay attention to. It's not a problem for me. I know other people are complaining about it like crazy. From what I understand, it's been in there. It's on any 60 hertz display. Personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's just one of those things that people can complain about. On the list is that home screen layout. Why Apple? See, this is the thing that kind of makes you realize that Apple doesn't fully care about the iPad.
You take that back!
They do just enough to make it work and make it look good. Still, it's like the same layout as all the other iPads, and it's got this big border around the sides of the icons. The icons are way too small, especially if you load up your dock. I mistouch these things all the time, and I just backed it up from my 11-inch, which I've never mistouched. It's so easy to hit the icons on that, but this, pretty sure I hit the right icon and then the other app that's next to it opens. Apple, come on, okay? It's a completely different iPad. Like, limit what can go in the dock to begin with if you have to. Why are you not using the full screen of this for the home screen? It's absolutely ridiculous. Because nowadays, it doesn't matter if you got it this way or this way. The icons are all over the place. So stretch it out. Give us more room. Like, why are you not giving the iPad, like, hardware-wise, they continue to amaze us. But the software, they continue just to let us down over and over and over and over again. Maybe one day they'll get this right, but as of right now, they have not. So that is my good and bad and ugly of the iPad. Overall, highly good. Like, I really do love this thing. Let me be honest, I've not used this thing as much as my kids have. So I thought it'd be fun to bring in my son and have him talk about what he enjoys the iPad for. This is my oldest son, Lincoln. What do you really like or don't dislike about this thing?
So I'm used to my sketchbook, like drawing wise. So this is perfect because my sketchbook is smaller and then I have a bigger one. This one's just perfect for drawing, I feel like, in my opinion. And for like mobile games, like Minecraft, I've been playing on this a lot. Like watch a video and then play or do something else where it's like in the corner. It's a lot bigger on that because I'm used to the phone, so that's good too. But that's really it for me.
So yeah, like I said, he's used this device more than me. He wakes up first thing in the morning
And
grabs it out of my office, and I usually catch him about an hour later because he wakes up super early.
Yeah, I do.
So I catch him about an hour later. But the battery is excellent. Like,
It's
it works
amazing.
really well.
I was very surprised.
Let's go ahead and grab my youngest son and see what he thinks about this thing. This is my youngest son, Hudson, and he's also been using the iPad. Hudson, what have you been using the iPad for?
Drawing stuff.
Drawing stuff, yep. He's becoming the little artist on this thing. He's drawn some Pikachus and some football players. I gotta say, he's becoming a better drawer than I am because I'm not that good. My oldest is way better than me. The stuff he's created on this, we're definitely saving. He also has the Apple Pencil for his iPad, but he never really uses that much because it's not always connected and just easy to use right there. So highly, like, you know, I'd be tempted to eventually upgrade him to one of these because the smaller iPad is the better iPad for kids, if you ask me. But that's it for this one. If you like this kind of content, please hit that thumbs up button, and then also maybe subscribe because that would be awesome as well. And I hope to see you in the next
Down
one.
below.
God bless.